Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today's build and play guide is on the Haarlem, the Tier 7 of the Dutch cruiser tech tree line. And this is a fun ship. Let's get into it. We are using Karl Dorman, whatever commander you want to use. You could use the Johan Firstner as well, but at this tier, I kind of have Dorman built more for the airstrikes. So that's what I have it built for, and we're using Mambelli and Kuzganov along with Burn It Down XXL. Look at me now, Sponge, whatever that trade is, and air support. So this is going to rely on you more being close in because to get your extra squadron. And honestly, the airstrikes are better on this ship than they are at Tier 6. And also, this is a much tougher ship than it is at Tier 6 as well. Aiming Systems Mod 1. In the second slot, we're using Prop and Concealment for the third one as well. And in the last slot, Main Battery Mod 3. And for your upgrades, I would actually take your range first, your airstrike upgrade, and then your hull upgrade. That's just me personally. You don't have to listen to me on that. For your HE bombs, they drop 60, or the airstrikes, they drop 60 bombs. You're not going to hit all of them, obviously, but they are pretty good at starting fires and doing damage at this tier. This is where I feel like they become better. And you can, anytime you're within 12 kilometers, you can do your airstrike. Now, for this ship in particular, it has a 5 kilometer sonar, so pretty handy. And then also you have 2 defensive AAs and 3 heals. Now the heals aren't super spectacular, but they're heals, so nobody's gonna complain about having them. For your hit points, you have 40,000 hit points. Your airstrikes, we already did go over through. Just remember, 35% fire chance. They're pretty solid fire chances. And for your main guns, you have 9 8-inch or 203 cruiser guns, obviously, but they reload in 11-1. They're not bad. They're not, I wouldn't say they're overpowering, but they're decent, right? They're solid for what they are. They're definitely not, it's not a DPM monster with guns only, but when you do get the chance to do your airstrikes with it, they're a good complement. And don't hesitate to use AP on this ship. It is decent. Oh, and as well, the HE is pretty good as well. For AA defense, it's not bad. Some of it's in closer, so, you know, a lot of times they're going to get their drops off before they get to you. Maneuverability, it feels average to me. It does feel pretty average to me. Concealment, 9.5. And that we're not even really built in concealment. I think you get down into the 8s with the concealment if you do a full concealment build. For our armor, you can see here it's pretty heavily armored for what it is, right? You do have a 25mm bow, so meaning anything battleship caliber at the tier is going to go overmatch you. Now, that being said, you do have a 40mm extended belt, meaning not even Musashi or Yami can get through. So you're pretty good on the front, especially for how close you have a tendency to play this in. You want to be kind of close to use your airstrikes, and that is a Citadel right there. I have not had an issue with that yet, but honestly, you know, broadside is always going to be an issue if you decide to go that route, right? So, you know, that's every ship's weakness, but this one doesn't feel too bad from what I've played in it so far. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship. And I am an above average player, not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. with that out of the way, we are at Haven, and you're gonna see this play style a little bit more now because this is kind of how you're gonna play the Haarlem, the Johan de Witt, and the legendary one, the Gordon Liu. Man, they made this line very hard for me to pronounce. But anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and push up. This is not gonna be a very long match, but it does showcase the ship pretty well, playing up close and being able to take some. You know, you don't have to be scared in this ship like the previously in the line where you had to be a little bit careful, obviously, especially at tier 4. But as these get higher tier, they definitely get stronger. Having played all of them now, especially like Haarlem and Johan de Witt and the legendary. These three are very tough ships, and we're gonna let our destroyer go ahead and get some spotting here. You're gonna use island cover and your detection to get up close, so you can use these. You can use your airstrikes. As you can see, our teammate spots Friesland. We try to place down an airstrike on him and start helping get rid of the destroyer. That is the number one thing we want to do. Right, we do get one shell to hit, but our island ate some of ours. We're trying to pop out here so we can see where Friesland is going. We obviously don't have to worry nearly as about torps, but we do have to be careful because there's a lot of battleships in this match. Now, there is Richelieu there. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves in a little fight with Richelieu, as we do get one fire right away. And honestly, when given the opportunity, AP is really good in this thing. But I will say, if you use the HE with your airstrikes, you can do some significant amount of fire damage with this ship. And it is fun. But you can see we know where he is in the smoke cloud, or about where he is. It's a battleship. He's not moving super quick, obviously. So we're going to place down an airstrike there. And we're not going to get... We did aim it a little bit wrong there. So probably should have used that one a little bit earlier. However, we're going to go ahead and start to move up on Richelieu. And again, we're just squaring up against Richelieu here. And you're going to see it holds its own. You know, even against the battleship, our destroyer buddy's doing a good job out front, keeping everybody, you know, trying to spot for us. And he's doing himself, you know, he's doing okay. Our teams, we're going to be lucky and have a good team, which kind of, for this match, is not great, right? Because we're going to be getting into war. There's Friesland. Again, I don't have to worry about torps over here so far, so we're going to go ahead and just push out and try to go ahead and get rid of Friesland. And you can see Richelieu's not able to do much. Now, he had a bad aim on that one because I did dodge and start to go forward with our prop mod. Kind of caught him off guard, and we're just going to go back to burning him down. And there we go. We can see the Friesland, and we're going to try to hit him before he gets in. But you can see our HE doing some pretty good damage on the Richelieu. And now Friesland is gone. We help get rid of him. And again, we don't have to be scared of Richelieu. We got to be careful of crossfires, but you can square up against battleships pretty easily in this ship. Now, am I saying be crazy in it? I wouldn't. You know, be smart. You know, make sure you're only going up against one or maybe two. And you can see there is another battleship there. It is Connecticut, and we're actually going to drop on him as well. As you can see, Richelieu is starting to wear out. And you can see we didn't lose much health in that battle versus Richelieu, right? Like, pretty tough ship. And that's kind of what I wanted to showcase more about on this line. As you can see, we're getting some drops on Connecticut back there. And you can see you can do some pretty good chunks with your airstrikes. Like, that was a very solid airstrike. And our destroyer's doing a good job keeping Connecticut spotted. We're not spotted. We can just get ourselves in a much better position up here and drop these airstrikes on Connecticut. And that's what I would recommend in this ship. Don't be scared. Are you gonna have some bad games playing up close? You know, with these cruisers? Yeah, once in a while. But for the most part, At this tier and higher, it's gonna be really they're gonna be a lot tougher than you're used to for most cruisers. Especially for not being like a super cruiser. These are only 8-inch heavy cruiser guns, so it's not like you have like 11 or 13 or something absolutely bonkers. It's just a very tough heavy cruiser. But you can see here we're getting ready to drop another airstrike. Connecticut can't even see us, and that is the one thing about that. And you can see in 5 seconds we're gonna get another airstrike. So we keep getting these double airstrikes staying close in too, because of our legendary skill. And that does actually help, really paying off. We're not at risk of getting ourselves hurt. You can see we are absolutely chunking Connecticut with these drops, and we're going to work on getting up here now to finish him off with our guns. Obviously, Connecticut only has guns on the front, so we can see on the map he's not pointed near us, so we're really not at risk here, and we're just going to head out and go to try to get rid of him here. This line in particular, pretty darn solid. It's definitely a fun line, a line that is unique and different. So that's kind of it for everybody. And then here you're going to see me showcase the AP just a tiny bit, as he does go a little bit broadside. You see we're going to get the last chunk of him with the AP, even getting an overpen on a battleship. But we're going to go ahead and now push up on Veneto. And again, you can see we kind of have some quick reloads on our airstrikes here. They feel quick anyway on this ship to me. And we're going to work on hitting Veneto and getting rid of him as well. But you can see our team did a very good job, and there isn't going to be much of a match for us here. And we're a little bit too far from Veneto to get the quick second one, as you can see. But we're going to go ahead and drop Veneto here as well, and he doesn't have obviously much chance the match is over, but in the first few minutes of this match we were really effective helping win our side, along with there's a couple of just cruisers that I feel play pretty well. The Pablo, the Amelia, and our Grom did a good job spotting for us, so that helps a lot too. But you can see clearly we helped our team win second on the leaderboard. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time, folks.